All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the podcast. It's still a named podcast that we're still working on. It'll eventually get a name one way. But thanks for continuing to support, follow us, and purchasing merchandise so far. So thank you for everybody who's been supporting, texting, commenting, and just letting the word be known of the podcast. So I hope you guys continue to enjoy and keep rocking with us. So again, we are getting into a crazy weekend in sports. NFL Week 9 was an amazing week of games. A lot of tight games, a lot of good finishes. So we just gonna bang out and talk about what we love, and it's football and basketball. That's it. So um, this week, I think the game of the week did not live up to the hype because it was a brutal beatdown. The Saints smashed, destroyed, broke the necks of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football. The game that was the most hyped to pretty much this season once we found out Brady was going to the Bucs. Because we never got that Saints Patriots Super Bowl that for years that everybody wanted. So when we finally got, week 1, everybody was like, okay, we'll give that one. But this week was supposed to be the week that all right, Brady should fill everybody out. Now they got Antonio Brown. They should be filling each other out, and they got beat to shreds. It didn't even look, it wasn't pretty. It was just bad. It was bad by the second quarter. I did not see how Brady could not have nothing working at all. Nothing. Gronk couldn't catch nothing. Um, Lattimore completely had Evans on lock. Even was it in the third quarter when he tried to lob it up to Evans on the fourth and goal? Everything just nothing worked. What you thought of the game?
I don't. Mm, I didn't care about the game. I didn't care because I don't know. If I want to see, oh, this is gonna be a good joke. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. If I want to see two old white dudes fought, I would have watched the election.
Stop it.
Oh
Oh!
snap! That was good. But for real, I didn't care. I'm see a bunch of 40-year-old quarterbacks competing against each other. I didn't really care. I mean, I was happy that I was surprised by the score, to be honest, because I have Antonio Brown and I have Mike Evans, so I was really surprised that they did nothing.
Nothing.
Um,
Both of them.
yeah, it was weird. I didn't understand it. I was like, how do you get 3 points? And then homeboy Bruce Arians, I think he's a good coach, but I don't think he's good for morale because he will talk bad about you in front of everybody and still
Anybody.
make it and then not make it a team thing. And Tom Brady's ego is relatively soft at this point because he's so used to Belichick talking to him in private. So but Belichick is on the type. Belichick is like, we're gonna talk about you privately, and we're gonna say we did bad as a team. So
Mhm.
he's used to that, but he got tired of it because he's so great. Bruce Arians is like, yo, you trash, the whole team trash. So it's like I don't like Arians. I don't. But like I think it just doesn't make sense. So it's like, all right, it's a bad game. You lost to your division rival twice and to technically your contemporary rival in terms of generational talent. So it's even weirder.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I didn't really care about the game that much. I was like,
I
whatever.
was. It was so disgusting. It was so terrible. Everything. And in all honesty, what bugs me out really is that outside of Alvin Kamara, I really don't see the Saints really having superstar offensive talent.
No,
The,
no, that's another thing too. It's like I don't know what y'all expect out of it. They don't listen.
Hill? I mean, Tyson
Michael Thomas.
Hill?
Well, Michael Thomas is coming back. They got Emmanuel Sanders who's back off of COVID.
Mm,
So and they have a decent receiver. They have a decent tight end. So the team isn't great, but
Look, to me, the Saints squad that didn't make the Super Bowl of
Oh, and they got Jared Cook, bro. That team is actually pretty good.
no, the squad that they had when they had Jimmy Graham, Marcus Colston,
You can't compare that because
that was a
none
super
of that
squad. That was a superstar squad. I don't see the
actually
Saints team having that type of squad.
that is not a
Offensive,
that was not no
offensively. When
they were not
they had Marcus
no they weren't
Colston,
no they weren't
um,
no
Jimmy
no
Graham,
no
what's it,
no no
Michael Irvin?
bro they had Marcus Colston nobody no one else remembered the receivers like Gerald Henderson nobody remember those
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is no that's a guy
no,
from NBA they had
no,
five
they had
different
another receiver that I can't
they
remember
had
his
three
name.
decent receivers and I could look them up
That's good.
no but the problem was they weren't that great. that was Drew Brees and his MVP Super Bowl season.
No, no, no.
He
Wait, was Colson on that team that year?
Yes, Marcus Colson
Yeah.
was there. The
Okay.
problem, and
No, no,
another
no.
guy
I'm not
named
talking about. I'm talking about the year after, like after Reggie Bush left and all that, because that was the year they had. They was that was a firehouse. That was a fire squad too.
that was
But
no, but that was
a couple of.
that was
But I'm talking about after that, because that's when they still had they had dude from the Giants, the ex tight end from the
bro.
Giants.
I'm
They used to
telling you,
drink it. It was a couple of years later when they got Jimmy Graham. When they had Jimmy Graham as their tight end, they had a crazy squad that year, and they didn't make it all the way. I think that was the year. It was one of the years that something happened to them bad in the playoffs.
Marquise Colson, Devery Henderson. I remember Henderson.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeremy Shockey.
Mhm.
Okay,
Reggie
team wasn't that
Bush,
great,
Reggie Bush,
bro. The
who
team wasn't that. Yeah, Reggie Bush. The thing is, Drew Brees was putting up stupid numbers,
that's
and the
because of the
thing that
squad he had. He could do it.
it was, he's put up stupid numbers when all he had was Michael Thomas. Right? It was just that year. That was the year you couldn't pick up anybody in fantasy other than Drew Brees because he was spreading the ball out so much. Yes, because the team was good, but then at his old age, he ain't got time to go through progressions. He ain't got time to say, "Oh, who do I want to give it to? Do I want to give it to this guy? This guy? Oh, he's open. Cool. Get rid of it." He ain't the same Drew. He ain't the scrambling Drew Brees.
When was
He
he ever that? I don't
Drew
remember
Brees
that.
can get up. Drew Brees
I don't
moved
even
around.
remember. I don't
Drew
remember
Brees
that. Ever
he had
since
a
he
good
left San
line.
Diego, ever since he left San Diego, I have
He
not
had
seen
a
him run.
line and he had time. And so now he doesn't have time because he doesn't have, and also he's afraid to get hurt. So he's like, where's
Yeah.
Michael Thomas? Where's Mikey Thomas? Okay, prayer. Now he doesn't have it anymore. And I don't even know who's on his team right now. Like, other than,
That's what I said.
I just said other
Alvin
is
Kamara.
it
That's
him,
why I'm like, they don't
Emmanuel
have
Thomas, and Michael
nothing.
Thomas,
Oh yeah, Michael Thomas,
and Emmanuel Sanders,
who barely
and
played.
Jared Cook, Let's not disrespect Jared Cook, the late great Raider, Jared Cook.
If we go over there, Tyson Hill, uh, Tyson Hill, aka
Tyson Hill is just
aka
Tyson Hill
Slide,
is just Tyson Hill is
the
just
new
Tim
Flash.
Tebow. Tyson Hill is Tim Tebow minus
No, he's
Jesus.
way better. He's the new he's the new Cordell Stewart.
Wrong, but okay.
I was so overwhelmed. I was so. I'll tell you this: the game. I'll tell you this: with this game, the Drew Brees, Drew Brees has really pushed himself away from the Tom Brady comparisons. Now. They kind of pushed himself away. We got if we give him another 2 games, though, I think Brady will come back and get his numbers by the time Brees retires within the next 2 years. I think Brady's still going to try to outplay him, but as of right now, we had those years where it was always between Manning and Brady, where they try to throw Brees in there. Now Brees kind of said like, hold on, relax, because in my opinion, Tampa Bay has the better receivers and the better targets. But Brees made that. Imagine Brees with that Tampa Bay squad be throwing 500 game. So
Yeah, actually, you know what, man? You know what? Forget all this. I'm sorry. That was not the play of the game. And I know you have a schedule you want to stick to it. If I'm gonna pick the play of the game, not the game of the week, and I know it's on your schedule, I'm just gonna say screw it. I'm gonna go with my own thing. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins Cardinal game
let's go for it.
and the Dallas Pittsburgh game. Those are the
Okay.
play. Actually,
That let's go to let's go to the Pittsburgh game. Let's go to the Pittsburgh game.
yo, screw the
W-
Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. I'm sorry. Yo,
yo, and
Mike Tomlin is a coach of like the if he has Super Bowls, like if I had to pick a choice, it's like Belichick, is it
yes, Belichick.
Belichick, and Mike Tomlin, coaches of the like coach of our generation. Because I mean, like 14 seasons, never had a losing season. Done. He's like, but he's not gone to Super Bowl. I think he's got one Super Bowl.
One. He has one Super Bowl.
He might be the best coach of our generation. Because I remember Terry Bradshaw might be racist. I remember Terry Bradshaw was like, "Oh, he's not
Stop
my
it.
coach." Yo, Terry Bradshaw, he's not my coach. He's not Steeler coach. And I'm like, bro,
You need to relax.
yeah, I'm saying like, bro, you went from Bill Cowher. Yes, everybody loved Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher's fantastic.
And
But Bill
Bill
Cowher
Cowher,
won what, two?
no, yeah, he won 2. He won one with he won. What, did he win 2 with Ben Roethlisberger?
I think so. And so
Or he went to 2. Either
either way,
I
he's
think
won
he
a
went.
couple. He's won a couple. So I get why he loves him. But Leo, Tomlin won one and hasn't lost, has done well. Should his team's gone farther? Yes. But like,
Look who the teams he battled against. I'll say this with Pittsburgh. I was going back through old Super Bowls, and I hated that in the '90s and the '80s, only two AFC teams made it one Super Bowls. In the whole '90s, the whole '80s, only the Raiders went to the Super Bowls and won the Super Bowl in the AFC. In the '90s, in the '90s, every AFC team lost except the Broncos. So in the era of the 2000s, 2010s, to start seeing, yeah, it was the Patriots who threw a lot, but then you saw the Colts, then you saw the Steelers make it and start winning. And then last year was Kansas City. So you needed Pittsburgh to start breaking up that, because really through most of the NFL years, the NFC has pretty much dominated Super Bowl wins. So to see teams like the AFC come, teams from the AFC, and you need Pittsburgh because they won. They've won their games. They've won their Super
Pittsburgh,
Bowls.
Bill Cowher only won one Super Bowl.
Yeah, he only okay. So he won that one and then I forgot what team they beat. I
And
know,
then
I know.
Mike Cowher got
And then he and I think wasn't Cowher the coach when they lost to the Saints, right?
probably. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that. No, no, it was the Saints. They lost to the
I know they beat Green. No, wait, see,
They
I
beat
think he
Seattle.
lost
Yeah,
to
I
Green
remember this year.
Bay.
I remember this year. The
He
Green.
lost to Green Bay, and then because I think Cowher been to two Super Bowls. If I mean Tomlin's been to two Super Bowls because I know he won one when they beat the Cardinals, and they lost one when they lost to the Saints. So it was something like that. I forgot who Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, Ben Roethlisberger won the year that Heinz Ward was MVP.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot who they played because I know that was a garbage Super Bowl. Was it Seattle?
Mm.
Was that the year they beat Seattle?
Oh wait. Oh, the one. Yeah, they played Seattle.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and Mike Tomlin. Yo, Mike Tomlin might be next up
yeah,
behind.
yeah. So
Good for
that's
him.
the year they won on that Santonio Holmes catch at the end.
And you know what though? And ain't even because Dapper Dan Sportsman and whatever. And it's not even matter because, and I really do, like, I can make jokes about black and white, and I really got to be careful on it because I really don't care. But I know the media gets into it because they say, oh, he's the most the black, he's the winningest black head coach or the blackest winningest coach. And I was like, I really don't care. But like, if you took the whole race stuff out of it, like, my man should be in conversations with like Andy Reid's and Bruce Arians. He ain't been doing it as long, but like yo, you look at his numbers, bro. Like he is a solid. Like I take him. I take him.
You
I
know
don't. I
the
mean,
the
I
biggest
may
thing
not like
the
him.
biggest thing is that it's not that he's young because for coaches he's under 45. I believe he's oh he
He's
may be
48.
he's 48. Okay, that's still and especially he looks younger than his age. So a
Well,
lot of people think of him as a young guy. So the same thing like
I ain't gonna say what don't crack, but
yeah,
technically,
but but because those other coaches you mentioned, they are older and they look older, so they just look like miles of years of experience on them. But when you look down to the breakdown of his time frame, it's not. You know, he's going to if Belichick don't make it to the playoffs this year, he's going to be the longest tenured coach to consistently make the playoffs. He's already there. They're already a lock. So there were two more wins from having a playoff position, if not one
what's
more. So
mm,
you know,
he
so
deserves all the more credit. Like he should get coach of the year
oh no, he's
because
he's definitely up there. He's definitely probably the favorite right now
yeah,
because like I mean the game versus Dallas what broke my heart because it made me watch that deep because I thought it was going to be a blowout early, and Dallas was actually playing, and then the Dallas Cowboys was going to Cowboy, so they started screwing up when it came down to the get down. But they had plenty of time to win that game, which was shocking because they were in control of it most of the
I
game.
wanted yo. I'm so happy for that kid. Like, can you imagine the pressure to be a third string quarterback on a Cowboys? I mean, I can only imagine.
Oh, I know somebody who was and made a successful of it. Tony Romo.
He was the third string. He wasn't third string.
Was he? I
I
remember
don't know.
him. I remember a couple of injuries had to happen for him to get a start. Let's see. Was he
Mm,
third string or backup? Because I was he there with the Quincy Jones years? Because I know he was definitely there with Drew Bledsoe. Yeah, it was Drew Bledsoe, Quincy Jones, and I think he was a third because or he may have been the backup, but he could be the quarterback Dallas could eventually look into the future to build around.
but not
But
Dak. But not Dak Prescott.
But you can see, yeah, you can tell they're not going to give this Prescott that money.
It just doesn't make sense. It's like almost feels conspiracy. Like why? What don't you like about Dak that you just say, yo, we
It's the
can't?
money. The money.
You don't
They
want to give
want.
him 35 grand, like 35 million. I mean, just give him. I mean, you have like, and it's going to be really weird if they. I just want to see who they give it to. That's it. I just really want to
I
know who.
think. I
Like,
think. I think Dallas is probably Dallas is treating Dak like NFL teams treat running backs. Like, oh, we just get another one. We just get it. We'll get Justin Fields in the draft. We'll get we'll get somebody else that could just do what you did. Because remember, the first 2 years Dak was there, they just pretty much made him a serviceable quarterback, where they thought, Tony Romo was supposed to be the quarterback to take them out because he had the skills, he had the talent, he just didn't have the team. They finally built a team for him to be successful, and then Dak came and just was like, dinking dunks and runs his way through through a conference share, through a division title. So that messed everything up. But then to me, what happens with Dallas is that when they gave Dak, they just pretty much tried to give Dak the ball and tell him take us to the promised land, and he didn't. He wasn't able to do that. So I think that's the worry for them. They just feel that we could just do that with another guy.
it's clear they can't. Mm,
So let
it's
me ask you: do you think Pittsburgh could continue winning with the way they played? Too
no.
many close games for me.
Yeah,
Too
no.
many close games.
I still
But
don't
then
believe
again,
it.
you know what? Our mutual Pittsburgh Steeler fan, I chatted up with her, and she was like, you can't say the same thing for Kansas City. It hasn't really had any blowout
I
wins
can't. I
like that.
can't. I can't. I
They
can't.
really haven't. Please look what happened with them and Panthers. So
They're gonna get a loss this season.
they already
But
have one.
no, who you
Oh,
talking
you
about?
mean Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I don't think Pittsburgh is going to be the team that wants to go 16-0. I think they're
yeah.
going to be like, you know what? Well, if they're coming down to 15-0 in this last game of the season, everybody's going to be sitting down. So I don't see them wanting to be that type of team. And I don't think many teams want to do that to themselves after what happened to the Patriots. I don't think no team wants to put themselves in that fight anymore. So you know what? We'll skip over. Let's go to the Tua versus Kyler Murray game. So that was a game. That was a game. That was so good. I was happy for Tua. I was happy for seeing Tua really running and scrambling and throwing and being what Kyler Murray plays exactly like. And Russell Wilson and every quarterback under 5'11"
Yeah, yeah.
played. So
Kyler Murray
it's
looks whatever. He looks petite. Like
good.
I look at like you see him hand the ball off to the ref, and it's like this little. It's like your son giving me a ball. I was like, he is a small guy.
Yeah.
You know they say that Russell Westbrook spends $1 million on his body
No,
a year.
Russell Wilson. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, $1 million like in terms of personal chefs, like because he has to. At this point, Russell Wilson is small too.
Yeah.
Like he's shorter than the both of us,
Mhm.
which is scary, right? And so he's got to spend money to like for injury prevention. So he has hyperbaric paint chambers. He eats right and injury prevention. But like Kyler Murray and Tua, these guys are small. Like they
Mhm.
scare me. And I get why coaches are like, or people when they draft quarterbacks like, yo, you don't want someone too small because of the hits and they can't see over defenses. Like they could play and they can outrun everybody.
And that's been the thing about that because to me, like the offensive coordinator build a quarterback in the science lab specimen was Andrew Luck. He was height, build, frame, everything you wanted in a quarterback, and he was getting slammed. So to me,
He
it's actually been
well
the bigger
his offensive
quarterbacks who got beat up more than the shorter guys
well
because they're quick and running around. Let's be honest. And let's see, Michael Vick was 5'10", 5'11" at best,
Well, they've been running
and
their whole lives.
190. Yeah,
They've
he's
been
been
running their whole lives, and then they
running my
always were
whole life.
they were the biggest guys on. They were the biggest guys in high school, and so they never had to fight, and they never had to get hit. And even in college, it's like a lot of these guys come from like conferences where they weren't the biggest guys. So like Andrew Luck never really had to run
Mhm.
because he like you hit me, whatever, I could take it. Then he started playing against people in high college. I mean, in the pros who are just as big, just as fast. So
And
I get
stronger.
so to
Yeah.
your point, yeah, these little guys. But the thing is, athleticism runs out, so their careers don't last that long. So it's almost an anomaly at Drew Brees, but he has a good offensive team offensive line around him that could protect him. That's why you look at a guy like Russell, no, Lamar Jackson. He's great, but like he's better. He's gonna have to start learning to be better in the pocket, and his
Hmm.
like learn to get the protection from his team. Like he needs to learn to be protected. Like I've noticed, like some players like that need to learn to be protected instead of
Good point.
taking it on their own. Because you look at Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz can do all of that stuff too, but he doesn't. He wants to play the hero. He wants to do all this sort of stuff. He doesn't trust his offensive line, and then he gets hurt easily. Like some players can get hurt. You know, Drew Brees gets hurt pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Hmm.
He gets hurt pretty easily, but like he's
That's because he
smart enough to
doesn't
trust his
run.
line. Huh?
That's because he doesn't scramble as much. And as much people, and I will tell you this: of the games I saw yesterday, there was a lot of hurling, like quarterbacks. I feel like I saw Tua do it where they kind of jump forward. There was a couple of quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater did it. They were jumping forward trying to get those extra yards and stuff. And that's usually the fear of short quarterbacks to do that. But these guys, they slide. They slide. They're not getting injured. And I think of all people, Tua is really not trying to hurt, you know, mess himself up. So
I'd be surprised if Tua lasts 10 years. I'd be surprised if Lamar Jackson lasts 10 years. I'd be surprised if Kyler Murray lasts 10 years. Like
I wouldn't be. No, I'm actually going for them. I'm actually going for them. If Tua can repeat this game like he did today, which I wouldn't be surprised because I think Arizona, though I think they have a shaky defense, but their defense is good enough, solid enough. But what he did today, I mean, yesterday was a good game. So I think I was pretty impressed by them. So I wanted to get to not to rush it, but keep us on time. Bills defeated Seattle. I was so shocked by that game. I
y'all gonna
couldn't
yo,
believe.
people gonna put some respect on the
Yeah,
Bills'
Josh
name.
Allen.
I've been
Josh
saying this
Allen
for a minute.
deserves that respect. That boy beat them boys up, man. It wasn't even. I heard somebody say that he plays quarterback like a defensive lineman. Like he just be bully
You know
footing.
his grandmother his grandmother died like the day before.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Bro, he people gonna just stop disrespecting
Oh
that
yeah.
team. I mean they gonna be I'm tired. I'm like I don't know why I care, but I'm mad like y'all gonna stop disrespecting that squad.
It's because one, everybody's so used to them not being really good, and the Patriots pretty much reign of terror. That we just, they only made the playoffs, I think, once in the past 15, like once in the past 15 years. Because to my knowledge, it was the when Taylor led them, and then but when oh my goodness, when that quarterback from college, from that the other short quarterback led them in the playoffs back in like the early 2000s, the one from Boston College. I can't remember his name right now.
To play on the
Bills.
Bills?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna look
Uh,
that
he,
up.
yeah, he played. I know he was a Heisman Trophy winner. He was short. He was like 5'7" at max. They probably put him at 5'9" in the NFL, but he was dumb short, and he couldn't be tackled. He was just running around, driving them crazy. So I'm just happy for the Bills. I think Josh Allen and now has more people starting to consider maybe he deserves some MVP candidates, but he's definitely going to be an All Pro this year.
You
Um,
talking about Doug Flutie?
Doug
Doug
Flutie.
Flutie was on the Bills. Oh man, you
He
missed
was the
out.
last one. Yeah, before they went to the playoffs with Tyler, the Chargers' current quarterback. I can't remember his name right now. Taylor. Um,
Justin. Oh, Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor. Before Tyrod Taylor led them to the playoffs, the last time they made it to the playoffs was with Doug Flutie. All that Fitzmagic years, they didn't make it. All them other quarterbacks they had left and right. The kid that was there from Emmanuel. Oh, that was his last name. What? Wasn't it Emmanuel? The
Oh,
kid that
EJ Manuel. EJ
AJ
Manuel.
Manuel. Okay. They had all these guys. They just couldn't take
Yo,
them
he
over
was a
there.
bust. I felt
Yeah.
so bad.
Man, and just,
You know what's really funny about? I
he was
remember EJ Manuel. It's like, and it's funny. I remember when some of these guys come from these schools that's doing real
Florida
good,
State. Yeah.
and then yeah, and then it's not just that one too, but it's other schools. And then like the next year, not the next year, but I remember right after that, then everybody drafted who they
No, they
drafted?
got the kid who came after EJ Manuel was
Jameis
Winston.
Winston. Yeah,
James
you know what
Winston.
I'm saying? Like, and I was so crazy. EJ Manuel was supposed to be all right. I remember
Yeah.
him. It was like he ain't doing nothing.
I don't think he's in the league anymore. So,
No, he's not.
so
It's so easy. He played 6 years. You would hope. I hope he made like at least 3 million.
no, he should have, but he didn't play. I don't think he played. I think he played 2 seasons in Buffalo, and I think he tried to trade or something or release, but
You know what I
I
love,
don't think he
Zuri? I
stayed
love
his rookie
yo.
contract there.
Shout out to Spot Track. I use that to keep track of like career earnings.
Hmm.
And oh man, no, he got waived. I'm just trying to see how much his career earning. Here we go, career earnings. My man made in his career. Wow, okay, $9 million.
Yeah, that's not bad. So let's see if we can
That's
get back.
pretty darn. That's great.
Let's see if we can get back to the gym and get back to training so we can make. I think I'll do 1 year in the NFL special teams. Uh,
Well, yeah, word. I just man, $9 million for 5 years. Anyway,
that's it. Yeah, that's those contracts aren't guaranteed. So I don't know. I think I don't know how long he stayed in his rookie year, his rookie contract. So because I don't know, I don't remember him
well, no, I
lasting
mean,
long. I don't remember him lasting long.
played 6 years. He played 6 years.
Oh, he did
Those were
play
all the
6 years.
guaranteed years he played.
Okay,
That's
so
all the
he
years he played.
yeah. So hey, you know what? Secure the funds, secure the bag, brother. So
Bro,
you think this get
I want to show you his face. I was looking on his Wikipedia. That's
yeah.
yo, his face. Oh man, I feel so bad for him, man. I'm sorry. It's
No,
just
look, man. I don't think he's doing bad right now. I don't know. I
because
haven't heard
you
nothing
want to
bad.
play,
I haven't
bro.
heard nothing
You want
bad
to
about
play.
him. True, but I haven't heard nothing bad
He's
about him.
making
So
he made 54 million at career earnings. Good for him.
yeah. So let me ask you
Just
about
yo,
these
just
two
buy a
with
bunch
these
of.
two games. What? Buy a bunch of what?
Mm-hmm.
Buy a bunch
No,
of
like
cribs?
bro, buy a bunch of Nah. Well, yeah, buy like an apartment building.
Yeah.
Buy like a bunch of fast food restaurants in bad areas, and you'll be fine. You can't believe that, but
Let me ask
yeah,
you,
go ahead.
the two defeats. Do you think it messed up Russell Wilson's MVP talks?
No, but they're saying it is, so that means it will.
Okay. We'll make that
I don't.
short.
I mean, who else gonna get it? So you know what I mean. But
I don't know. Drew
I
Brees.
mean,
Drew Brees now. Okay,
and if
have
he,
some.
bro, it's unfair. Just make. I mean, the quarterback is the most important position. So why don't you just make the quarterback? Like, why don't you make the quarterback? Just this ain't a hot take, but yo, make a quarterback award, and then make an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP. Just do that
No,
because
you
every
know
year
they
is a
have an
quarterback.
offensive
Because in my
MVP.
estimation,
You know they have an
yeah, I know.
offensive MVP because I remember it bugged me out. I remember the year Kurt Warner won MVP, but then Marshall Faulk won Offensive Player of the Year, which made no sense.
But
So
that's the way of saying like the MVP is for the quarterback because the quarterback is the most valuable person. Because if I was gonna have my way, the MVP would be Dalvin Cook, right? Because I mean, but that team
yeah,
sucks.
no,
But that
he's
team's
still.
garbage.
They're actually not. He's killing.
So it doesn't make sense to me.
And
That's why I'm
Derrick
like,
Henry. And Derrick Henry. Don't boys.
Dalvin Henry got better numbers. But
Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, Cook was swashing.
yeah, so
That's
I mean, so if you're gonna pick most valuable QB, um, I'd have to look at passing numbers because then it might be Aaron Rodgers or Russell Westbrook.
it's either
But
I think Russell still may lead the. It's either him or Brees might lead the MVP. I mean the NFL in touchdowns right now, and my man from and
it's Russell Westbrook and Mahomes actually might win MVP. 24, yo, he's got 25 touchdowns and one interception.
yeah,
That's just
and he be throwing them. I don't know if he's
yo,
learning from
and Kansas City is 8-1.
one. Yeah,
God, like almost cursed. Like yeah, that is that is scary. Yo, that is scary. And you don't even know who. I don't even know who he's throwing to. I don't even like. Yeah, say
Tyreek
Rodgers.
Hill, Tyreek Hill. What's his name? Watkins
Yeah,
and
he's throwing it to
Kelsey.
Watkins. Bro, Watkins. It's Kelsey, but watch.
Kelsey.
I don't even.
I saw him play a couple games. I didn't watch the full Panthers game. I was watching. I was dipping in and out of that game,
Yo, I swear to
and
God, that team is the Warriors. That team is the Warriors of football. That's football right now. Like I
they are the team. They're the team that Chip Kelly wanted to make. Like if Chip Kelly's plan was to have an offense like that, just an offensive firehouse of just players. So I was actually shocked in the game versus the Panthers. I want to talk about the good games, the surprise good games, which is one of them, because that Panthers game was actually extremely tight all the way down to the end. Um, and I was actually, I guess Kansas City is the team that you say the good offense is the best defense because their defense was getting murdered. They were getting murdered. I'm glad for Christian McCaffrey coming back. Uh, he did his thing. So It was good having him back, even though they stuffed him. I think they stuffed him on like a fourth, third and goal or something like that. But oh no, it was a first down situation. They stopped him a couple times. But I like what Panthers have with Davis and McCaffrey and Debo Samuel. But they Kansas City should have lost that game, in my opinion. They should have lost that game. They had no
Kansas
business.
City scares me, bro. It is.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm
It
sorry.
feels like no matter what you do, you don't have enough firepower to keep up with them. And I don't think the Raiders and the Chargers, who I think give them their best competition, and probably Denver, but they're not going to see them in the playoffs. I think any one of those teams, if they make it, if any of them make it, it's probably going to be the Raiders. And I don't think they're going to make it all the way to that deep into the playoffs to beat Kansas City. So
Yo, you know what's
everybody,
funny? I don't know. For a second, I don't know what you were saying. I was just thinking about how scary Kansas City is. I was like how you're 8-1.
Mhm.
Your quarterback is 25. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't even know how old he is. He might be
No,
25.
has he been in the league 3 years?
Hold up. Wait
He
a
might be
second.
25. I think he'd be 25 right on the dot. He's in 24, 25.
I hate his name. He's Patrick Mahomes the second. I hate
Mhm.
people who do that. Yo, he's 25,
Mhm.
8-1. It's week 9. Wait, no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
week
it's
9,
week 9. So you're halfway through. My man might throw 25, no, 50 touchdowns
which
and
wouldn't be
two
new.
interceptions. Like, yo, they're the Warriors, bro. Like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch the Super Bowl. I didn't want to
another,
watch the Super Bowl last
another,
year.
another light skinned dude who's terrorizing everybody.
That is scary. I've never seen anything like that. No, none of us have. None of us in
No,
anybody's lifetime has seen a
no,
quarterback
and
like
and
this.
what's crazy is the way he throws. Like to me, I think obviously from having a dad who plays baseball, he throws a lot of baseball type pitches and throws, and some of his passes that are just don't make any sense. His sidearms and his side throws make no sense. The way he
Bro,
completes them.
like nobody's playing Madden 21 because Madden 21 is garbage this year.
Yeah,
I play a lot of video games now, so I know that. Um,
I've been done with Madden for a minute.
Well, no, you should be. You should be done with Madden because essentially I've accepted fully that it's only a roster update with some minor graphical things.
Yeah.
Now it's become a pure cash grab of microtransactions
Mm.
and glitches, and it's really just a bad. Kids, I was so upset when I went to the game store and seeing all these parents buying Madden the day it came out, and like, yo, parents are just ignorant to it, and kids are dumb because they're falling into it because their friends are getting it, and I'm glad my parents didn't. Anyway.
Mm.
But you're not like you play a basketball game. It's like, yo, you can't play with this squad. Like no matter what, nobody can play with this team because it's not
Yeah.
fair.
Hmm.
That was the Warriors for like almost a good 5-6 years.
Hmm.
Like you can't nobody play with the Warriors, right? If I ever played a basketball game, I would play with like teams that would be considered trash, but in video games they're actually pretty good.
Good. Yeah.
If I was going to play Madden
Like to me, Portland and lot
with
Portland.
somebody, you
Yeah.
can't play with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portland's a good team in video game standards. I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
play with the
Yeah.
Suns. Like, but what I'm
Po-
saying is,
That's
you
a good squad
you
too.
can't play,
Mm.
you cannot play with Kansas City in video games. Like that's an unfair team. Offensively, not defensively, but offensively,
Hmm.
that's like unfair.
Yeah.
Like just oh my god. Yeah, he
Healthy.
deserves how much is he 45 million a year his extension? He deserves all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't see another quarterback being as successful with that squad as they have. I don't. Sorry, Alex Smith.
And he
Or
can
the
move. He can stay in the
yeah.
pocket and he can move. Like, man.
Yeah, he was running around doing stuff too. So the other good game I saw last night was the Raiders and the Chargers came down to the last touchdown at the end. That got pulled as an incomplete pass right at the end. Herbert, I forgot, was it Allen? No, it wasn't Allen. It was the other receiver they had.
They should
Um,
have lost. The Raiders should have lost. Because I
yeah, I
remember
forgot.
seeing so many memes where it was like, only the Chargers could lose this game. It was like
Yeah.
they got it returned. I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Yo, I saw somebody was talking about how Philip Rivers, they were saying how the Chargers has lost more games, by 6 points or less than any other team, and you see Philip Rivers just happy that he's not there. Yeah, I was on Philip Rivers' entire San Diego career. I'm losing. I think Dan Lebertar says it. San Diego down 5 to 6 points, left of the field, no timeouts, 2 minutes, and that's what I feel like Herbert is going through right now. And Kansas City's, I mean, say, L.A. Chargers are losing close games because, like I've said for years, they have not had a defense to me since Marty Schottenheimer has been gone, and that's gone some years. if you notice, they have not been a dominant AFC team since that last year they had Marty Schottenheimer. So that goes back for some of y'all. That's like 15, 13, 14 years ago. Oh,
Mm.
maybe even prior to that. The so that year when San Diego had, LaDainian, Martin, Drew Brees, and all of them, and that tight end Antonio Gates, and they had a killer defense, Jammer, and I think they still may have even had Sue still there, but they had some killer defensive players, and I
Junior
mean,
Say who
Jewish
Sue.
stay out. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I'm think,
Nah, he wasn't
yeah,
there. Well,
yeah.
nah.
No, I'm thinking
You know, they
Junior
had
stay.
a decent that other
Yeah, I
year.
think it was his last year there, and then he finally left to. I think the last year he was there was the year they lost to with the weird the Colts went to the to Super Bowl, but yeah, that may have been the last. Was it? Yeah, that was the last season he was there. The year the Colts went to the football, and then he went to the Patriots the following year, and then they lost. So so I can't believe these. I I hope the Chargers do build from this, and they don't fire Anthony Lynn. But I just think they just need to build up on some defensive players. But that was a great game. Um, so that was a great game. I thought it was. I love games that come down to last play. So that game came to the last play. Was it the Atlanta game that came down to a field goal that missed?
And
I
who?
can I think was it the Atlanta game? I forgot. I gotta check it out. But there was a game that somebody missed a field goal, like a 40-yard field goal, uh, and it just went. It just went down. It was like 40-yard field goal, and he just missed it, and it was like straight ahead. So you thought it was a good shot, but he just missed it. It was crazy, and yeah, I think that was it might have been the. Oh no, that was the Dolphins game. They should have tied it. They were supposed to tie it, and he missed it. The Dolphins game where he missed the kicker missed it at the end. So that was a good game. So I wanted to go. My last question on the NFL we're going to talk about is who do you think has a chance to turn around for the season? The reason I talk about the Texans and the Falcons because I think the Falcons, the last two games the Falcons have won, it looked like they're starting to come around and see the mistakes they were making that caused them. Because the Falcons' quiet as kept could really be undefeated. Like they've lost too many games that they were. I think all their losses they were ahead in the fourth quarter.
I'm looking at it now. Like no, like all right. Except for the first game, they lost by 13. Like here's how many they lost. Well, they lost by 13 points, one
Yeah,
point, 4 points, 14 points, 7 points, 1 point. Like they could have. I won't give you
undefeated, but
undefeated.
they
I'll give
should have a
you.
way better record.
I give you
The 63,
one, two, three. So they could have six and one, two. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. 6-3. Yeah, they could be 6-3. I mean,
which would have been right there to terrorize the rest of the AFC South.
but the
So
only
right
reason
now, if I was Atlanta, either Atlanta, I don't think they'll make the AFC. I don't think they can make the playoffs because I think New Orleans and Tampa Bay kind of have that lock, unless Tampa Bay really just falls apart because of this game. But if a team is going to be a spoiler for everybody who has a chance of making it, it's going to be Atlanta. I think it's going to be the team that's going to be the biggest turnaround. Like I can see them winning like six out of out of the final eight. So they could
yeah.
be, and I think the Texans too, because I think the Texans are fixing up
Texans,
the mix.
Texans are going to be
You
trash.
don't
But
think
you
so?
also got to, Texans are trash. But at the same time, too, I think the good thing that we got. Well, who did the Texans play? They played the Jaguars. So let's hold our horses, not get our opinions in a bunch. I mean, that team, the teams that they
That was a good
won.
game too. Well, and then they did play. Was their quarterback a rookie?
Bro, they
Lido.
have 2 wins. They have two
Well,
wins, and then
but
your
that was a
boy,
good game. That was a good
and then
game.
your boy
Watkins.
JJ Watt. No, JJ
Oh,
Watt is looking
JJ.
to leave. He's looking to leave. He's supposed to be traded by the end of the year. Only time teams start doing teams always do well when they fire the head coach because they think to myself, oh crap, I can get let go or stuff about to
Mm,
change. I need to get my stuff together. So I
mm.
don't get impressed. I think the Texans.
I think they can build it around. I think they can flip around. I think I give them on the AFC. On the AFC, I think they have the biggest chance of flipping around, like making a turn for the better.
The Texans. How can I? I'm about like a world famous analogy. Like I'm about to prepare yourself. I'm about to think of a good one. The Texans. I can't really think about one so, but the Texans are just like that. They're like that. That I like them in the food. They're like that meal. It's like, man, I'm hungry. I don't know what to get. I don't want to work that hard. You know, you can always get. You know what place you can always go. It's hot and ready. It's not satisfying, but you'll be full. It's not healthy for you, but you're gonna get fed. It's like Little Caesars. They're always there. They take care of the needs that you
Mhm,
have, but
mhm.
you're not putting them up there. They're always there. They're
Yeah,
always
that was
available. You can always trust it. You know if you want pepperoni pizza, pepperoni
yeah.
pizza hot and ready for you. But when it comes to like expecting greatness from them, you're not getting
Mhm,
that like mom and pops like full
yeah,
pizza. You're not getting that. You're getting some. Yeah, they're gonna be there. They're probably gonna be
yeah.
a decent. That's what I want to think of a better one, but that's what they are. But
Domino's. Domino's.
they're not Domino's. Like if we're gonna
Yeah.
liken somebody to Domino's, I mean, but then it's also your level of what's your favorite pizza. Like, cause
Mhm.
like
I'm with
you
mom
got
and
the
pop.
Domino's, you
The
got the
yeah,
yeah. Like
yeah.
I'm uppity now, so I like me my artesian pizzas with my like you know what I mean. Like unless it's made in a brick oven, I don't want it. Like I'm at
Yeah,
that level now, and so like that pizza, like that brick oven with the
yeah. I
burnt,
know.
like with the all of the pepperonis that like curl into little cups and stuff. Like unless that's the that's the um that's the Chiefs, and then you got
Yeah.
like then you got like the what's the team, bro? What's that team? Then you got like the Bucks. They're like the Papa Johns and stuff like that. But no, the mom and pops, the good mom and pops, that you just give me a cheese slice, put some like pepper, and put some like garlic and some hot pepper flakes. Like that's to the
Mhm.
Chiefs. But then you got these other teams that's like, no, actually that might be the nah. But then you got like the franchises that are still good, but it's like, nah, if I really wanted the real stuff, I would say like it depends on your preference of Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and like Domino's. But I'd put like the Steelers at like Domino's. Like I would, because they're like, oh, it's good.
It's good. They got
No, it's
their
not the best.
specialties. Their specialties are really good.
Yeah, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, but if it comes down to it, I mean, it ain't brick oven, so you know, but it's still good though. Like, and then you got those other guys. Some other guys is like those like 500 teams or those 5-3 teams. Like, that's my
Mhm.
it's my Little Caesars. They're always
Yeah.
there, but they're
There
not gonna
was
they're not gonna top it.
mhm.
That's exactly. You know what? Yo, hold on. Little Caesars might be the Bills. I don't know.
Underrated.
That's sometimes it's
Underrated.
underrated. Like yo,
Sometimes I know.
y'all gonna not disrespect. You gonna stop disrespecting like the
Mhm.
the stuffed crust, like
The Kings of the
the
Yeah.
most pepperoni at Little Caesars, like that. You know that might be the Bills, but then I don't know. I don't know what the Texans were there. The Texans were like that previously. They were always at that. They were always
Mm,
there. They were always 9-7, 10-6, but just below it. But
yeah,
they were there.
they just couldn't. To me, they just always felt to. They just couldn't. Obviously, we always knew that they were going to get better, but they were always behind the
They
team
were
they
never
had to
going to
always
get better.
face. They were
They were
never.
never
They
going
were
to.
always. They always had to face either. It felt like they always faced San Diego or Kansas City for some reason in the first division round, but they always kept losing to them whenever they
Mm,
faced them. But then they could never get past Pittsburgh or New England whenever they faced them. So all right. So we'll end on down the NFL talk. We'll go to a little talk on the NBA because season's going to start. Everybody, the players in the league has agreed to December 22nd, 72 games, ending right in August, which is great to me. It finally takes over where I would be and the NBA always wanted to be. I wanted it to take over the baseball season, so we can really finally just have NBA alter itself because I don't think nobody cares for baseball like that. So with the talks now, a lot of people are hyping up trade talks for these three players: Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and Drew Holiday. Do you think any of them have a chance to be traded?
yes, all of them.
Really?
Yeah, why not? I
I
mean,
don't think Devin Booker. I don't think Devin Booker is tradable.
why not?
I don't see Phoenix trading him. The trades I heard, like people talk about the Knicks, which is no, and I saw a report about Boston probably trying to get some assets for him, but they weren't trying to trade Tatum, so they were
They
thinking
actually
like
they actually
Brown
shouldn't
and
trade.
Smart. So,
They shouldn't trade Devin because that team is young and coming.
yeah, and that's
Like
the thing. Like, I mean, the thing about the NBA is that the older generation is not old enough. Like you're not like this is not the '90s where you saw Utah was going out. Chicago they were older.
the
But
old
now,
people were old.
yeah,
Like they
yeah,
were
like now
thirty-five,
the
37,
olds are like
32,
Steph Curry's
33.
31. Uh, Damian Lillard is 30 or
I don't
29.
know.
Like he, no, I think CJ's 29. Dame is like 30. And like they're not that old. Like
Mm,
see Chris Paul is his
35. You
Yeah,
know,
he's up there. Melo, LeBron, those are the up there's, and those are the premier up there's. But they're not on us, a team that outside of the Lakers, but really the Lakers are going to be, AD's team. So the most of the players that are just, the teams. There's not a real old team that he's like, yeah, they're old, but they're going out. They're going down. So I don't think. I think Devin Booker and Phoenix. I think they're going to stay the long term, and I think they're going to be in about four. They stay for another 3 years before they dominate the league. If they keep him, Alton. Uh, I don't know if they keep Ricky Rubio for that long, but I
but
think
they
he's a good
started
team.
playing well. No, they shouldn't break that team up. I
Uh,
think I think you made an amazing point about how the old teams aren't old. In fact, there are no more old players. I
mhm,
think when we talked about this not too long ago, like there are no old players. Like the Chris Paul is like one of the oldest ones. He's on his way out.
mhm.
Maybe another 5 years. Like players don't play
If
more than
that long,
15.
if that
Yeah,
long.
15 years for it now. 15 years because they make their money and they're done. How many years? Essentially, Dwayne Wade played what 17 years. So it's like
He retired last
2003,
year. Yeah.
2003. So he retired
Mm,
last year. So maybe 16 years. So to
mm.
your point, no, he played as long as the Wayne. I mean LeBron. So LeBron he retired.
Yeah, they
I
got
don't know.
traded. Well, LeBron's still there, and LeBron's going to be here for another 3 years.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. So you're right. You look at these young upcoming teams. The window, the gap between a young upcoming team and a dominant old team is really only like 2 or 3 year
Years,
difference, and
yes,
that's kind of scary and kind of sad at the same time. I
because
don't know.
the pain about that is that it keeps so many great teams out of the playoff picture because they're not strong enough to really knock a team out. So to me, a team has to completely dismantle because I think OKC is not going to make the playoffs next year. I think they've dismantled. I think Houston, if they don't do something next year, is going to dismantle. I think they're going to break up hard, and I think they're going to be done. So
I think that's partly because of the mindset of players nowadays.
mhm,
They team up more than they ever did in the past. Because if you remember, players will only go to a team that's on its way to win if they were old. Now it's
older,
like,
yeah.
oh, I'm 29, I'm 25, my team's garbage. I want to change teams, which I hate. I hate it, and I don't hate it as an old head. I'm only 34. Like I don't hate it as that regard. I hate it as someone who doesn't like the lack of competition and parity. So for players to say, and I blame AAU, I blame our soft generation, this soft generation, like
I
they
don't
were like,
blame. I don't blame. I don't blame that. I blame it on people only talking about rings. I think because they
it's a
made rings
difference.
the only discussion. Because they made players only become worthy of something only if you could be part of the ring discussion. Because nobody wants to be. I think what happens is we saw my generation. We saw the Patrick Ewings. We saw the Charles Barkley's, the Carmelos, the Sean Kemp's, the Garrett. Well, Garrett Payton eventually won one. We saw those players who Dominique's, Bernard Kings. We saw those players who were really, really good not win. Who we all knew were like, wow, they really dominant. They were really like untouched, like
Yeah,
unguardable, and who couldn't break. Who couldn't break over. Like I think a little older past my generation would be the Vince Carters, the T Max, the all those power forwards in the West that couldn't make it. Chris Webber's,
you're right.
right,
No, you're absolutely right.
when they started saying, you're not worthy if you don't win a ring. You made players that were really good who were torturing people not worth anything. So right now you can say like players. That's why I tell people you got to respect the Damian Lillards, the CJs,
Yeah,
the
he's
Bradley
Dame
Bills,
is my favorite player. I think right
the
now.
Bradley Bills, the John Walls, who are still trying to build with their team and still trying to stay the test of time. It's kind of crazy because I look at Kimball Walker. I think Kimball Walker is a player that he was trying to stay in Charlotte for all these years and he just got tired of it. And then he just finally realized, yo, if I can leave and go to Boston, this year was the first time he ever had a nationally televised game. Like he was like, yo, this is my first game I ever been on ABC. That's crazy. He's been in the league all these years. He was like, that's the first time my team's been on ABC. With all the years in Charlotte, he was killing. He was
But
probably
that's okay
top
if
three
it's.
handles in the league.
I'm fine with it if it's been for years. Like you got players being in the league for 5 years and it's like, oh, my team's garbage. I want to go
But they
somewhere
know the
else.
team ain't going to go nowhere.
So
Let's be
what?
honest.
Then make your team better.
You can't do it, both. As much as people want try to act like the NBA is a one man
No, but
army.
bro,
It's
stop it. No,
not true.
that means they have no because they're playing against other people who group up together. Like players have no leadership. Like none leadership in terms of how to be a good player because everybody's so daggone young.
You know,
Like you're making these 20-year-olds being a leader of a team and they don't know what to do. Like everybody talk about how great Denver is. Yeah, this is a great young team, but
they got
guarantee.
Oh, no, they have veteran talent on
Stop
their
it.
team. They
Stop it.
have
They got
veteran.
Paul Millsap. That's it.
Paul
That's all they
Millsap,
got. That's it. That's it. I get
Joker,
it.
Joker's
He's
been
not
in the
old.
league for, but he's been in
Mm.
the league for a couple of years.
He's been you giving a dude that's been in the league 5 years leadership qualities. He's 25 or
Okay,
26. Like, what do you expect from him? But see, this is
okay.
this,
There's
we're the same
Joker. There's
generation.
somebody
But
else
I'm a,
there.
but, bro,
You're
as a
right.
recruiter,
It
I
is
get it,
Millsap. It
bro.
is
But
Millsap. He's the only one.
we're the same generation. It's like, yo, I don't like my job. We switch jobs every year.
Hmm.
So why stay somewhere we don't like it? Coupled with the AAU mindset, like, yo, I want to get together with my boys and try to win some rings. Like, they punking out. Like, Dame, I get them. I have so much respect for Dame because he's not going to leave until he's tired, until he's trying. Like, he's got it. He's want to try it out. Like, I want to build here. I want to be good here. Like I love Clyde Drexler. Went to the playoffs twice against Jordan.
Hmm.
And then went to the Rockets after really trying it. I respect Kimba. He did it. He was there for a while. And
Hmm.
then he left after a trade because it's like, yo, I mean, I want to try it out.
Hmm.
But like, I get
Bradley
tired of it.
Bill
Like,
too. Bradley Bill, and I think Bradley
I
Bill.
don't
I
think
think is one.
nobody wants his contract. Nobody can take his contract. They know where he can go.
I don't. It's not just his contract. I think people. This is something I was talking to. I was going to hit my boy up, Stunning Growth about the 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 biggest problem with players like C.J. Dame and Bradley Beal and John Wall is being 6'3". 6'3" is like to me the worst height to be in the NBA, because you might be you have players who they want them to be point guards but have two guard skills, and then they were like, well, if you could play both, we're not going to start you on either one of them. We're just going to make you the backup. So too many players who are in that height, in that range. Think about all the 6'3" players who are good, who play talented, but Russell Westbrook, they're all of them all around that 6'3" height. They just can't. They just can't build up, build up. Same thing. And I got this other player here, Drew Holiday, who I think could be a serious piece on a team. If if Drew Holiday could end up on the Bucks, that pushes the Bucks up. Drew Holiday ends up on the Heat without them losing too many pieces. Because I heard there's a trade. There was a trade for the hit. Drew Holiday go to Miami for I think Tyler Hero, which I don't think is a
Yeah,
good
I'm looking
idea.
at
But
that. No.
I don't think it was a good idea because Drew Holiday, great point, great player, probably the best defensive guard in the NBA. Um, I think Tyler Hill was too young right now, and he got a lot to build. I don't think Drew Holiday stays another 3 or 4 years in the
Bro,
league.
do you cook? Do you cook?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. What's your favorite? What you like to cook?
Barbecue chicken or
All right.
hit a grill.
When you season, what's your favorite season? What season do you like love to put in everything? It's not a hard
Uh,
question.
I mess with so much stuff.
Nigga, just give me one. Like, just give me one season, right?
Uh, accent,
Oh
MSG.
wow, yeah. Your cholesterol should be bad. I swear. All right, so I like to cook, but I realize I don't barbecue. I realize I put garlic in everything. I love garlic. You can never have too much garlic. You can never have too much garlic. Garlic is Are you good? The lights just disappeared.
Yeah, my son just hit it.
Anyway, you can put garlic in everything. you can put you can put garlic in everything. Garlic is the best seasoning in the world to me. But the thing is, if a meal is bad or a dish is bad, garlic ain't gonna save it. It's good. It's a good. You can you can build with it. You can start with it. But if a dish is bad from the get go, the ingredients is bad from the get go. Garlic ain't gonna save that dish. That's exactly what Drew Holiday is. You can never have too much Drew Holiday. You can never mess up with Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday is great. Everybody love Drew Holiday. I put Drew Holiday in everything. But
Mhm.
if the but people acting like Drew Holiday is gonna save a meal, bro. You can't cook. Throwing garlic on it just gonna make a garlicky mess. So if you're gonna put Drew Holiday in the team, Drew Holiday is just like, bro. Drew Holiday is just like Mike Conley. Everybody like Mike Conley. You can put him in everywhere. You can put him on any roster you want.
And he built.
Broken, it ain't gonna make it better. He is not. At the same time, as much as I love garlic, garlic ain't good on its own. They not good. I don't just
Yeah,
eat powdered garlic by itself. That's what Drew Holiday is. It's like, yo, you can put him in any team. The team is going to be good. It's going to appreciate the benefit because he does not detract from it. Like,
yeah.
garlic don't make a meal taste bad. You don't say, oh my God, it's too much garlic. You stupid. That doesn't exist. It
I've
is.
heard people say that, but I don't believe them.
So it's like you can't put Drew Holiday on it. You put Drew Holiday on the team if the team's bad. Oh, it's Drew Holiday's fault. Just like
Yeah.
garlic. Nobody can blame that. So
Mm.
everybody, I love him, but he's Drew Holiday. It's like just Drew Holiday, Mike Conley, Drew Holiday. Who's another point guard that like they can't hurt the team? Although Mike Conley did kind of hurt the Jazz, But like
No. I think the Jazz were the Jazz
they
with
were
or
bad,
without
but
him.
they got bad for the first little while. Then they figured it. They figured it out eventually.
Yeah, which was give the ball to
Donovan.
Mitchell.
But
Yeah,
as I'm
no.
saying, like those two are those type of quarterbacks, point guards, where where
Who's
whatever.
another player like that?
I don't
Like,
know, but those are the two. I
like
can't
they
think of
really.
anybody. Rondo can hurt the team. Kinda not really. He can't shoot, but he can't. He didn't help the Mavericks. Like it's kind of hard to think of a
Yeah.
point guard who like doesn't help a team but doesn't hurt a team. They're just mild roster filler.
Mhm.
Like I can't.
I think Lonzo's gonna might fit in that mold too.
He can't shoot. He might as well be
He's improved. He's improved. Oh, you
he's
know who fits? You know who
he's
fits that? Another 6'3" guy, JJ Redick.
he's not a point guard.
Oh yeah, he's a two, but he just like he's never the reason. Like it's like, oh, he's there, he's
I,
good. Kyle
yeah,
Korver, he's just good. He's there. He's not the problem. He's not the fix. He could fix somewhat holes, but he's not the problem. He's not the end all be all.
saying he's. I mean, bro, if you're talking about groceries and stuff like that, like that's what they're just that ingredient in the dish. It's like they don't mess it up. They kind of help it out, but nobody's gonna say, yo, that's the reason why the dish
He's
is
not your
bad.
base. Yeah, he's not your base. He's not your starting point.
Yeah, I
Yeah, he's
mean,
not.
even if they are the starting point, bro. All right, it's funny. I made this like really good seafood pasta dish for
Mm-hmm.
my wife today because I was like, I don't feel like buying food and I got
Yeah.
food. So I literally in the pan put butter because I didn't feel like doing olive oil, butter and chopped garlic, and I let
Mm-hmm.
it saute in the dish because I like to cook. I let it heat up, simmer, and then I dumped in the seafood mix, whatever, and then I
Mm-hmm.
did all this other stuff. So this dish is accentuated by the garlic. The garlic was starting. The garlic made it good. Then I had to put a whole bunch of other stuff. But I swear to God, she did not say, "Oh, this is not good because of the garlic."
Yeah.
She didn't say nothing about the garlic. It was like, "Oh,
It
it got
worked.
garlic.
Yeah.
It should have garlic." Like so.
Mm-hmm.
So to your point, maybe every single 6'3" guy except for like Westbrook, who can hurt the team, David Bradley Beal. I remember him coming out of college. I was like, "This guy's 6'3". All right, whatever." But like, it's just so sad. I'm telling you, who other point guards? I gotta look at like NBA starting point guards, like because I don't know because this I'm telling you they are all like that. Drew Holiday, all right, like. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just
I was just thinking of the trade. We talked about something else. I was just thinking who could get traded, and it's crazy because like that's a good conversation. But
DJ Augustine. Eh, eh.
yeah.
John Morant's pretty good, but I don't know if he makes the team better.
6'3", another 6'3"
Reggie
guy.
Jackson, I think is trash. Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague
Jeff Teague.
is a
Yeah,
perfect example.
and he wants to get
Everybody
traded.
loves
He
Jeff
wants to,
Teague.
he wants to get traded too.
It's
He
Jeff
wants out of.
Teague. Who else is there? Ricky Rubio never hurts a team. Eric Bledsoe doesn't hurt a team.
I don't know if
I
he
don't know.
hurt. I think he kind of hurt the Bucks. I think he kind of hurt the Bucks.
Kyle Lowry, maybe.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Kyle Lowry,
I think Malcolm Brogdon doesn't hurt a
I like
team.
him.
I mean,
Chris Paul. And
before
see
he
now,
retired, what's his name? Oh my goodness, Stevenson. Um, he
who?
just recent he just recently retired.
Lance Stevenson.
No, not Lance Stevenson.
I'm like,
Oh my goodness, I think about it. Yeah, I know he was Chris Paul's backup. I'll think about him in a second, but he was one of those like a serviceable point guard that was just there. Never was the problem. Never was the answer. Hold on, I got it. Let me find this guy. He was just on. I'm sorry, Darren Collison. Darren Collison was just one of those players that was just fixed to do something, but not really all everything. So we'll see about this, but I do see that I don't think Booker gets traded. Chris Paul is getting traded. I think Chris Paul is getting traded. That there's no way he's staying in OKC.
they
Now,
just got
what
to tank. They just
to
got to
me?
tank at this point.
Yeah, but I don't see. I guess we'll talk later in the year about like the college players, but to me, there's nobody really big name right now to really tank for in this draft. But give it another two. I'm looking at the class of 2023 is 2023 and 2024 is when everything starts going crazy again in college basketball.
Who
So
really goes that deep, bro? Like,
no, now you can, because remember, look, when I was in high school,
see
the
this
only thing we
that
had was the parade. The only thing we knew about the top high school players was did you make the parade All American, and or did you make McDonald's All American? And the only reason you found out if somebody made the McDonald's All American is that they told you, or you found out when the McDonald's came out, and it was like, oh yes, it's somebody, because being from Jersey, we always had somebody at least locally who constantly made at
listen,
least
bro.
All
But
American.
that freaking reason about that being able to check players out that far in advance is why I think the parity is going, because you got like kids now preparing for the league who knows, like, who can negotiate where they want to go. And 2024, bro, 2024, that's absurd. But I understand it.
You know who's going to be in the 2024 draft?
LeBron's son.
Hmm.
That means if he getting drafted though.
No, no, no. That'd be his. That's if he goes to college. That's if he goes to college 1 year. If they still have one and done by the time 2023 is the number one player right there is Mikey Williams and DJ Wagner, who's Dewan Wagner's son. So you have those players like that. So and they have chances that they could get another growth spurt. So that's the big thing that a lot of people are watching for these kids who are 6'2" sophomores in high school now. If they get 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", or even taller, yeah. So yeah, you have these recruits, these coaches now and scouts. They have to start. They have to. They have scouted. When I was in high school, a friend of mine who ended up being one of the top 5 Jersey players, it told me, he was like, "Yo, they had a." He was like, "Yo, Alex, they had me ranked like 4 in 8th grade." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yo, I didn't even know they was ranking us in 8th grade." You would have known. So now it's well known. Now it's documented information. Like, yeah, this is the best kid coming out of 8th grade right now, going to high school. Take a look for him. He's 5'10". He's 5'10" and 12 years old. Pay attention to him. So yeah, does that help? I'll tell you this, with the AAU program, I think that's always been happening with high school to college. You knew, because I think the Fat Five proved it. When you knew when somebody was going to college, you were like, oh, such and such declared to go to the school. I might want to play with him because I have a chance of becoming something, doing something big in college. I think college ball is what really starts it off, not AAU, because AAU sets it up where you see all these other good kids who play in other AAU teams. But then when you hear what school they're going to, people get mad at the NBA doing this. Kids been doing it in college since forever. Remember, the Fat Five was created because Jawan Wagner called Chris Webber and said, "I'm going here. Come with me." Chris told Jalen. Jalen was like, "All right, cool." They told each other. So, and that's happened in numerous other
Yeah.
schools. Because come on, man, we had from us locally, we had some St. Anthony's. This is back in the '90s. So if you knew Bobby Hurley played with Terry DeHare and Luther Wright, and they all went to college. They were all in high school together. And they were like, well, Terry Hare said, "Yeah, I'm going to Seton Hall." Bobby said, "I'm going to Duke." Well, if you're going to Duke, we're going to get your little brother to come with me to Seton Hall. He came to Seton Hall. Luther Wright was one of the best players, who was the best big man in high school basketball at the time. He went to Seton Hall. They all knew each other. It was like, oh, we all ball. We'll all play locally. So it happens. It happens to me when they start going to college. They start teaming up, and then the NBA breaks them up, and then they still like, hey, you know what? I remember playing ball with him in high school or in college, and he was nice. So I wanted to try to bring that back. But to me, that makes no difference in all of us. Like when we go play ball, it was like, oh, we get our peoples.
Stop it. Stop it. No, I will not. If I see it unfair, I don't care. Like, yo, break squad up. Break it up. I
Nah,
don't
man,
care.
you know me. If I'm winning, I'm winning. I
Yeah, I
care
know.
less.
That's why I don't play.
That's not my fault. Your teams can't beat
I don't
us.
like playing. To be fair, I don't like playing with you either. No knock on you as a person. I just don't like playing with you in basketball because I'd rather play against people because it's
Mhm,
fun.
mhm,
If I go on the court and because basketball is just a game,
mhm.
but if I get on the court and I see like bomb squads or if I know that I'm on a team that's people that are good, that I can't do what I do because I do want to get the ball and I want
Mhm.
to distribute. But if I know people that play in a certain way, I don't want to play. So there's some people I don't like playing with you. There's a short little Jamaican that we know. I don't like playing with him.
I
Like I
pass the
just
ball to you at least, man.
nah, but still, I just rather for the competition and it makes me play. Because if
Yeah.
I see someone just killing it, I'm just gonna look. And I'm out here for exercise. So if I'm not playing, I'm like, bro, I don't want to play with y'all. No offense. But yeah, there's people I just won't play with. But
I
I
understand.
guess I'm old
To
school.
me, nah, to me, I don't, like when it comes to ball, I don't like to play with people who don't pass the ball, who think they always there to score. So that's
Yeah,
why
if you can't, yeah, if you can't score,
if you think you're the only person that all you can do is score and not play with us, that's why I've always been a fan of the LeBrons, the more all around friendly player, could pass the ball around. Because I'm like, I want to shoot, I want to score too. And I know you can
yeah.
score too, but if you're looking for all of us, that makes the game more fun. And to me, we play ball, the longer you can make the game easier for you is always best in my book. And to me, passing makes the best thing of that.
It makes it
Shooting,
fun. Yo, I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, hitting a shot on somebody feels great.
yeah,
Making a nice lane, like a nice layup.
mm,
Getting a good rebound.
tapping and dunking
But
if we
but
can.
for me, nothing feels better than like making a great pass. Nothing feels better than
Mm.
playing when I play ball and you get a nice little pass. I'm like, oh, and if somebody misses it, the first thing I say is like, I'm not even mad you missed it. But like, bro, you messed up that assist. That was a
Yeah.
beautiful play. That's
Mm,
all I care about. So yeah, see, and I want to play. Like
mm.
I love a good pass because if I get a rebound and if I get a rebound at a certain point and I know I can score, but I pass you the ball, I literally am thinking I swear I'm looking at this person and I can't say this all, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm blessing you with this opportunity because you look really good. Because no, I'm telling you, this is all that goes on in my mind. I grab the rebound, I assess the situation, I look around, and I think to myself, I can easily make this score right now. And in many circumstances, I will proceed to score myself. But I am giving you the opportunity to feel good about yourself by giving you this ball. So if
I
you would
think
please take this ball and this opportunity to score, I will appreciate that, and we will grow as a team. That's all.
I,
I'm thinking all of that. And if so, I get it. I give the ball, and if somebody misses it or doesn't shoot it, I feel so disrespected and hurt because it's like I did not have to give you the ball.
you know who thinks like that?
No,
LeBron.
yeah,
That's the
nah. I see you
LeBron.
when you get mad. I see
That's
you
the
when you get
LeBron
mad.
mentality because he's like, I can take this shot. I'm giving you. I'm Danny Green. I'm giving you a chance to be a hero. All these other players like Mario Chalmers, Kyle Korver, what was that
Yeah,
dude who got dunked on? Damon
uh,
Jones. Damon
yeah,
Jones when he had him in Cleveland. He was like, I remember the game versus the Washington Wizards, where he told Gilbert Arenas, where he was like, if you miss, you know who's going to win the game. And he gave it to Damon Jones. He was like the most unlikeliest hero. He loves that. So I
bro.
feel,
Bro,
to
what?
me, to me, to me, I'm all about excess and damage. So if I have the best advantage, I'm going to take advantage of it. If I see you got the best
Well,
advantage of
true.
it, I'm
No,
going to take
no.
advantage of it.
I mean,
So to me, I'm like, me, I'm like, if I got
yeah,
this advantage at this
the,
person, I'm
yeah.
going to be 10. Versus if it's somebody I'm going back and forth with, I'm like, hey, we just got to accept the man. We go back and forth. But if I see, oh, I'm terrorizing this dude right in front of me, I'm
It
going to
got. You know
go.
what?
I'll be like,
It,
yo,
it depends though, bro. Like, all right, if it's like the beginning of the game, like I want to get you involved. I want to get your self-esteem up. I'm gonna give you the ball because I'm gonna get the rebound. Or most likely, if I'm double, I can't help it. But like, there are times I go inside. I got like three people around me. But if I still get it, you're open. Pass it. I mean, make the shot. But like, I want to get even the trash person who like is just playing so they could be out here with their friends. I'm gonna give you the ball because I want you to get involved, get your confidence up.
yeah.
But if you see me just like jocking, you know I'm pissed. Like I'm pissed. One, because you're not scoring, or two, we are down because I kept giving you the ball. Because then you start noticing I get mad because I'll get fouled. Like, yo, I'm going up, or I'm taking it myself, and I'll score like a good 3-4 straight. That if I score 3 or 4 straight, I'm angry. I'm not playing hard. I'm frustrated at this point. It's like, why aren't you trying hard? Why aren't you just playing as hard as I am? Then I was like, screw it. Then people were like, yo, and pass the ball. Man, look, I did.
It
I
didn't work
did.
out. It
I
didn't
don't,
work
I don't
out.
trust you. Like I want to give you the ball, but like, cause I play with. If I play, no, I'll pass you a lot. If I'm inside and I see you open, I give it to you, and I keep doing it because I know you kind of had that shooter's mentality. Like you gonna shoot it, you'll make them eventually. I'm fine with that. Then you got that. Some people is like, yo, oh my god. Even if you aren't a good shooter, if I'm getting tripled or doubled, which happens to consistently because I'm not a small guy, get the rebound, dish it to the open man, and then they proceed to go for a layup and miss or get blocked pisses me off so much. It's like, yo, why did I give you the ball, bro? That's why you take the shot. You know what I mean? Like, we're built on shooters. I'm Dwight Howard. Just shoot the ball. All of y'all, just shoot the ball. I want to play ball so bad right now. Dag, man. I'm
Yeah, no, and I miss the indoor
anyway.
courts, man. We'll get back to it. So everybody, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm gonna try to edit this and chop this up so everybody get pieces because this was a great conversation. So everybody, again, enjoy the show. Thank you for supporting all of us. Again, all the merchandise, all our social medias will be in the description. Everybody have a good one and peace out. Take care.